You wanna know why houses are unaffordable in California? Watch this video. It's nuts. This is just an example of why houses don't get built in this state. What's up, everybody? So California is a disaster, but many of you all already know that. Okay, so we are doing our campaign right here, and apparently we've attracted some neighbors who decided, well, we're gonna report Kevin because he has too many air conditioners. So now I have hired the amazing company here, West Coast Air Conditioning, and Ben to help solve my problem. But Ben, you were just telling me that it's like impossible to do business in California because now to put a heater in the attic, you're required to get a structural engineer in the city of Ventura, and no other city does this?
That's right. So structural engineer calculations from a licensed structural engineer. They have no problem with big guys like me walking around in that attic, but a 100-pound furnace is now a big deal.
And that's just this city?
It's just this city that I know of. None of our other cities are requesting this right now, just this city.
And so what does that do to the process? I mean, like, does it cost people more money? Because so it's just the city of Ventura says, we want an engineer to certify you could put a furnace in an attic, and that's gonna add time and fees. What does the process look like for that?
Oh man, so just getting a structural engineer to come out and map out an attic and get us the necessary paperwork, it's about a 2-week wait. Then it's another 2 weeks or so to get the documents that we need, and then you submit it over to building and safety over at the city. Another 2-3 weeks before they give the stamp of approval. So if you have a furnace in the attic and you just want to swap that furnace out like for like, it's the middle of winter, you're freezing. If you want to do things by the book, the right way, the way the city has it set up, the way the state has it set up, you're looking at a huge wait.
Wait. Like for like replacement too?
Replacement
You're not
too.
talking about like taking a furnace from like a hallway and putting it up there new?
Nope. They want it on everything.
Get what the city's now doing. So you know how you have your furnace in your attic? If your furnace broke right now and you wanted to do the right thing and pull a permit to replace it, guess what they make you do now? You have to schedule an engineer to come out to certify the structural integrity of your attic. Then they have to put plans together and submit plans to the planning and safety department so that they can review the plans for 2 to 4 weeks. Then they'll issue you the permit on replacing a like-for-like furnace in the attic.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, Ben.
So what, are you supposed to be without heat for that time?
I don't even want to know. Apparently. So this means in order for you to legally do a furnace replacement, like you said, in the winter when it's cold, you have to wait 6 to 8 weeks to get a permit. And how much are all these fees? Because you got to pay the engineer.
Oof, the engineer can be anywhere from $500 to $1,000. The city fees can be about $100 or so, $150.
Okay.
And
so
then
it's the time where they kill you.
Well, then you got the state of California fees. The required HERS testing, the home energy testing.
How much is that?
That thing runs about $350. So that's not with any kind of markup. Those are the exact fees. So most companies, of course,
because you have to do all the stuff.
We have to do all the stuff. So if you want to make, you're in business to make money and you have to be profitable to stay afloat. So if you even add, say, 30% to all that, you're looking at, a lot of money on the homeowner.
So here's what's crazy about this. Is the state of California requires, as a licensed heating and air contractor, you go through certifications, you know and understand and study the building codes, you take liability for the work you do, you provide a bond in case you take people's deposits and you don't do work timely. Folks, the state requires licensure, but what value does that license have if you can't even install a furnace on an emergency basis because somebody's without heat in an attic? You gotta wait for a structural engineer. It makes no sense. So, I mean, you're talking 6 weeks and probably over $1,000 to $1,500 in engineers, permits, you guys doing the legwork of actually coordinating it all to replace a like-for-like furnace because somebody at the city decided we now want engineer certifications on replacement furnaces.
Correct.
Have furnaces been falling through people's like roofs or ceilings and killing people?
Not that I've ever heard of.
Okay. So like what?
And check this out, Kevin. So not only this, but also California is one of, I believe, only 2 states that is requiring these low Knox furnaces now. It's a type of furnace that has a lower emissions output, and the design of these things is for example, I don't know if you've replaced a water heater recently, but if you go to Lowe's or Home Depot, yeah, don't tell anybody. This is off the record. If you've gone to Home Depot, there is one brand now. most of the GE, Whirlpool, all these other brands, they do not manufacture for California anymore because of these low NOx requirements. California.
What does that mean?
It's an emissions deal.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah, they want an emissions requirement that the rest of the country doesn't require. Yeah. And so with furnaces, it's the same thing. So there are furnaces that are being manufactured strictly for California. Lesser quality. For example, this water heater, I've had it for a year, started shooting flames the other day. Guy comes out, unmarked van, just tons of replacement burners, and says all day long all he does is stop and replace burners under warranty because of, and it's this new California requirement. It's like they set these rules without actually thinking, okay, there's science involved and there's things we have to develop and things like that.
So really, California's setting these rules, coming in, screwing up the R&D process for water heater manufacturers, furnace manufacturers, and now you have manufacturers who are just saying, fine, we won't do business in California.
That's what they're saying. They're saying, we're not gonna have a factory just dedicated to California if we're manufacturing for the rest of the country. If you have a factory that's only manufacturing for California, obviously the prices have to skyrocket.
Yeah.
So you're paying a lot more for something that is poor quality.
A lower quality product.
Exactly.
Because it's, let's just slap something together to meet this random requirement or whatever. I mean, this sounds ridiculous. And you had mentioned that a lot of people are leaving California to do business elsewhere. You said businesses are leaving?
Businesses are leaving. A lot of our employees. So you got these blue collar workers, working their tails off every day, and places like Arizona, Texas, Idaho are grabbing our guys left and right. They offer great wages.
It's getting so bad in California that they are losing workers, like qualified HVAC workers. They're like, why would we be a heating and air company in California and wait 6 weeks to do a $4,000 job when we can do 100 of those in 6 weeks, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And more important, off of their wages, they can afford to buy a home in these places, as opposed to California.
Here, the median home price is like $800,000. So how are you going to afford a home? You're trying to buy a house right now too.
Correct.
What's that process been like?
It's impossible. Yeah, I mean, every home that I've made an offer on, somebody's offering anywhere from $30,000 to $50,000 above asking price. Availability, there isn't much whatsoever. Trying to keep my kids in the same school district right now. Grew up out here. Income requirements, everything's met. It's just impossible to find something.
So businesses are leaving. You guys are losing workers to other states. So it's not just millionaires who are leaving trying to save taxes.
No,
Everyone.
Everybody. The construction industry is moving out of here in droves. Lots of people are going away, and then they call back here and they tell their buddies and they tell their coworkers, hey, I just bought a house out here for $300,000. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, got a half an acre of land, and got plenty of employment. And it's kind of hard to hang on to, guys.
Hard to beat that.
Yeah.
My gosh. This is the kind of stuff that Gavin Newsom leads to screw this state. There's a reason people are fleeing this state. My policy is very simple. Let the government get out of the way of basic level 1 style remodel permits and level 2 style remodel permits, which is basically, hey, you need to put in a new window? Let a licensed architect and engineer work together on approving that for you without waiting for the city. It'd be one thing if the engineer just had to come out and say, hey, you're good to do this, it looks safe here, and they certify through either the blockchain or their liability, whatever, hey, looks good, you guys are doing the thing, that's fine. But the fact that it also has to go through a 1-month process with the city is ludicrous. What's the point of having licensed engineers? Why doesn't the city just do it? What's the point of having licensed contractors? Maybe homeowners should just do everything themselves and the city should come tell you how to do it all correctly, because obviously that's how things are going right now. It's unreal. Licenses that are required in California are essentially meaningless, and it's Gavin Newsom who perpetuates this kind of garbage. This is why we have a housing emergency in our state, and as governor day one, I'm changing it. Ben, seriously, thank you for this. This is really insightful. Hopefully we can deal with our little extra condenser issue here with the city. We'll see how that goes. Shout out your company.
West Coast Air Conditioning out of Oxnard, California.
So, and what do you guys do? Is it commercial and resi?
Commercial and residential heating and air conditioning, yeah.
Perfect, perfect. Well, I've been using them for years. I love them. I can't shop these guys. Their pricing is on it, which is awesome. Thank you.
All right.
Hey,
cool,
good
man.
to see you, man.
All right, cool.
We'll see you.
All right.